Before I move on to the posture and how we sit for meditation, I wanted to speak to you about where we choose to meditate and creating a sacred space. I love to meditate out in nature, particularly for breathwork meditations. It feels like being very close to the source. All that wonderful oxygen from the trees and the plants. And that can be a wonderful thing to do, to have your sit spot in nature. It's an amazing thing to do, to sit in the same place for something like meditation, or even just to observe the world around you from that same space. I love to notice the seasons change throughout the year. And it's incredible, the longer you sit in a space in nature, the more you notice. In fact, if you go into the forest, apparently the bird song is very much related to the fact that there's a human there. And it takes at least 20 minutes of you sitting still before the song resumes its normal pattern. Before the songs aren't just about the fact that you are there. So that's a wonderful thing to do. As well as this, it's great to have a place inside your home or inside somewhere where you can sit for meditation. And if you're lucky enough to have enough room in your house, I'd highly recommend having a place that's designated. It's your devoted meditation space. So that doesn't have to be a whole room, it could be just a place where you keep your meditation cushion or stool or chair, where you choose to meditate each time you sit down. And this helps in so many ways. It's like our minds associate this place as a place for meditation. And it helps guide your consciousness into a meditative state just by being in that same place. And you may notice that over time that experience grows just from being in that place. You can think of it just like a temple, and how over thousands of years or hundreds of years, how people have come there to meditate or to pray, and you can feel it. And this is also within your power as well. It's wonderful to create a sacred space, be that with flowers, having an altar. A wonderful thing to have in your sacred space is something that represents each one of the elements. To have something representing water, so a glass or chalice of water. To have something representing the earth, like a seed or a crystal, a shell, or something that means something to you, representing the earth. And for the air, you could have a feather, or you could use incense. For fire, to have a candle. I love to have a photograph of my teachers as well, and people that inspire me. People like His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Amma, and other great, wise, compassionate teachers. But this really is your sacred space. I consider this process of meditation and prayer just like, it's like your own special intimate date with spirit. And so to be creative, to make it your own, to make it beautiful. Before meditation, I like to clean myself, have a shower, a bath. A bath can be amazing to really calm the mind as well. And wear loose-fitting but nice clean clothes. All of these things help to prepare you for what is a real gift to yourself. And often in life we can be in a hurry and sort of like, right, better get there, I've got 20 minutes to meditate. And sometimes life can be busy, but if you can, to some degree, even if you know that you're quite busy, if you're walking home from work or wherever it might be, you can begin cultivating the mindset for meditation. So begin becoming mindful of how you're placing your feet on the ground. Become aware of your breath, so that by the time that you reach your meditation pillow or your chair, you're already prepared. You're already coming into that space. In terms of sitting for meditation, what's most important is that we feel open, that our spine is lengthened. And so we have a lengthened spine, not like straight spine, it's more like it's lengthened. So you could imagine like a golden thread pulling the crown of your head, which just extends your spine and then allows everything else to just melt and relax. Nothing tense, everything open. The spine lengthened. And you don't have to sit in full lotus position like a yogi. In fact, many of us, it would be agony. And what's most important is that we are comfortable, that we feel like we can stay still for the length of this meditation, however long you choose. So if you sit, generally what you want is your knees to be lower than or the same height as your hips, without your knees pointing above your hips. And if you're sitting cross-legged, then try to have your shins as close to or on the floor as you can. It might be more comfortable for you to sit in a kneeling position. If I sit in a kneeling position, I sometimes like to have a small cushion just under my ankles by my feet and one just under my bum. And this can feel good. You can really feel it open here. You can feel very poised in this position. For kneeling, there are also these wooden stools that you can get that help you to sit in that position. And if neither of these are comfortable, it's absolutely fine to sit in a chair. And it's the same applies. You just want your hips to be higher than or the same level as your knees. You want to still feel very grounded, so your feet on the floor with your spine lengthened, so you wouldn't want to sit in a sofa or something like that. And there are many types of practice of meditation, and I'll speak about those in future videos. But for this video, we're speaking about finding that seat. So once you reach the seat, it can be really helpful to bring your heart and mind together in a place of gratitude. This is a wonderful way to start the meditation as well as finish it. They say the greatest prayer you can ever make is thank you. And we have a lot to be thankful for. And I think through this process of meditation, we really learn to see and appreciate all of the things that there are to be grateful for.